Hey guys, I'm Cambridge English teacher Rory, and today we're going to be looking at the CAE Cambridge Advanced English Exam, the speaking part, part 3. Now, this is a collaborative task, and probably throughout the speaking exam, you, the student, will be with one other student. It's possible that there could be 3 of you, but probably there'll just be 2 students. And in part 3, you need to show the examiners how well you can communicate together. So, what part 3 looks like is a sort of what we call a spider diagram in English. So you have a diagram with a question in the middle, and then you have different points to discuss with your partner about that question. If there are only 2 of you doing it, then you have 2 minutes to discuss each point, or to try to discuss each point. But normally there are 5 points, which is very difficult to talk about all of them in detail in only 2 minutes. So hopefully the advice and the tips I'm going to give you today should help you to do that. Okay, so this is what I like to call POA, point, opinion, ask. When you are presented with this spider diagram, one student should start the discussion. And the way they can start the discussion is to say, for example, let's start with this point. Or, shall we begin by talking about this? Okay. Now, once you've made that initial statement, then what you should do is make a point about this topic. About this point, and try and make your point in only 1 or 2 sentences maximum. Okay, and that's what I mean when I say point. Take one of these, say what you think about it, and then give your opinion. Say why you think that. So, for example, if the question is what. This is going to be too small for you to see. The question is, what represents our society today? If you have a topic, for example, newspapers, you first make your point. For example, I think newspapers are a good representation of our society today. Okay, then you need to give your opinion. So you can do this by asking yourself the question, why? Why did I say that? So, for example, I think newspapers are a good representation of our society today. Because, and that's when I'm answering the question why, so you can say because they highlight all the different things that are going on in our country at the moment. Okay, it doesn't matter how good your points are. You're not getting assessed on the quality of your arguments. What you are getting assessed on is the quality of your language. That is the most important thing. Okay, so firstly make a point, then give an opinion, why, and then ask your partner, what do you think about this, for example? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts? Those are some good expressions to use. Okay, and then hopefully your partner will do the same thing. They will talk about it for a few seconds. And then what you need to do is move on to the next point. Okay, so remember there's going to be about 5 points to discuss in 2 minutes. So that's 120 seconds. Yeah, about 25 seconds each, something like that. So 25 seconds for you both to state your opinion and to make a point about each of these topics. That is not very much time at all. So, make a point, state your opinion, ask your partner. Some good questions. What do you think about this? Then move on to the next point and do the same thing. So, if the next point was clothes, for example, you could make your point, say, I don't think clothes are a good representation of our society today. Why? Because clothes change all the time. The styles change, the fashion changes. Okay, what do you think? And then that, I've just spoken for maybe 20 seconds. Partner does the same thing, that's 40 seconds, 80 seconds, 120 seconds. That's the end of the 2 minutes and you've only discussed 3 points. That's why you have to be so quick. Okay, so point, opinion, answer. And that's the best way to cover as many of these points as you can. And the more points you can cover, the more language you can show to the examiners. And that is the key to passing part 3 of the speaking exam. I hope you found this video useful. I'm Cambridge English teacher Rory. See you next time.